Yo, what is good? It's your boy B Moore, joined by my co-host Rustin Stewart, and this is the From New York to the Chi podcast. Russ, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, B. I mean, man, we have a little celebration to have, man. We completed 20 episodes, man. 20 episodes, dog.
Who would have thought, man? When we first started, who would have thought we would have made it to 20?
I know, right? When you came to me, it was like, yo, Russ, man, you want to do a podcast? I'm like, shit, why not, man? That was, I think, our first episode, B. I don't think I was in Kansas City, so it had to be like the end of November.
Yeah, it was either the end of November or December, I think, when we did the first one. Yeah, I just remember setting up for the first time in my apartment, and then we did like 3 shows while I was home for the holidays. So here we are, man. Here we are. Yeah, man, getting better. I think we've grown in that time. I think we've gotten better. I think the show has gotten better, and people definitely compliment us, and they say that they hear the growth when I talk to people about the show. So that's great,
yeah. Man. That's great. And I think we see it too.
I do.
We're definitely more comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's going on with you, man? You back in Miami, back settled. What's going on with you over there in Miami, man? In South Beach.
Yo, I'm back in Miami, B. And, like I was telling you earlier, I went home. It's funny that I'm saying home now as Brooklyn, New York, because, home was always Kansas City. But I went back up to New York for 11 days because some Miami folk were telling me that I don't want to be down here during Memorial Day weekend. So I took that opportunity and jetted back up to New York and stayed probably like an extra week and did some things, to my apartment and got it more, ready to sublet in October, but shipped some things back. I haven't received it yet. And now, back in Miami, yesterday I bought some wheels, B. I bought some wheels, man. So now, like, I can venture out. I went out yesterday and got a Vespa, man.
A Vespa. Now, is that like a scooter or is it a motorcycle? What's the difference? Because I've seen them, but like I don't really know like the difference.
So it's not a scooter, right? But it's kind of like the in-between, B. It's made in Italy, and it is kind of right below a motorcycle. Okay. I mean, you can get a Vespa. A lot of times people, don't really know about a Vespa. A Vespa can go like 90 miles an hour. My brother has a 300 motor, and that goes like 300 miles an hour. I mean, not 300. It goes 90 miles an hour. I got the 150, and that goes like 60, 65 miles an hour. So has a little bit more giddy up. It goes 50, and then it goes 150, and then it goes 300.
Oh, okay.
So I got the 150, and it's matte black. I love my black, man. I'm always going to be true to New York and have my black, man. So, it's sexy. I named her Jasmine, so call her Jazz for short.
Okay, and you got the helmet and everything. You being safe? Because, I always get nervous about people on motorcycles and bikes and all that kind of stuff because it's never you. It's always the other people who don't see you. So you got all the equipment you need to drive defensively and all that kind of stuff.
Well, B, I know my mom would probably call in real quick, but when I bought the Vespa yesterday, they didn't have a lot of helmets in stock. So the helmet that I want is not in stock. So the guy said that he will let me know when it comes in. So I don't have a helmet now, but I will get one. But down here in Florida, man, you can ride a motorcycle or a Vespa without a helmet, man. So yeah, it's like that in Kansas too. But I always kind of freak out when I see people not having a helmet on when they're on a motorcycle or a Vespa. So to my mom, to the people that care about me, I will get a helmet and I will be careful, until then. I won't get reckless and be easy.
Okay. Yeah, definitely make sure you get that done because it's like I said, it's never really you. It's the other people, it's people who don't see you. And now, is that loud enough? Because I didn't even realize until
I guess years ago, because I would always be like, maybe 10 years or so ago, I would always be like, why are motorcycles so loud? Why can't they make them quieter? I didn't even really realize, because I wasn't a motorcycle rider. I didn't realize that that's like one of the safety mechanisms. The reason they are so loud is so people can hear you coming. So is the Vespa, is it loud too, or is it
Nah, it's not too loud, B. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can hear it, but it's not loud like a motorcycle, man. So it's pretty quiet, man. But it's not. I mean, people ride a lot of Vespas down here on the beach, Miami Beach. Okay. So people are looking out for them. But I must say that these Floridans, boy, these people in Miami, man, they be just doing whatever they want on the road, man. So you really got to watch out and really be defensive, because the people that I've talked to down here, man, and I've seen it, these people drive crazy. Like, yo, you really got to be careful, man. You really got to have your head on a swivel down here, man.
Okay. So do you have any parts of the city that you're excited to get to now that you have your wheels and the ability to kind of get out a little bit more and stretch your legs? Where you gonna try to go and see?
I'm gonna try to hit up some. I heard that up north, in Miami Beach, the beaches are a little bit less touristy. So I'm gonna definitely try to get up there. To a lot of people's surprise, I've only been to the beach once, and that's when my mother came down. I walked her to the beach and asked her if she wanted to put her feet in the water, and she was like, "Nah, I'm good, baby." And that was my only time on the beach since I've been down here, since I moved down here. I'm not really a beach guy, B. I like to see the ocean, but I don't need to be out on the beach at like 2:00 p.m. just hanging out on the beach with all these people, man. Like, I would really go to the beach like in the morning, like around 6:37, watch the sunrise, and then contemplate life, and then go back and go on with my day, man. But yeah, I really haven't been to the beach, man.
Okay, yeah. Well, we got some news here in Chicago, man, and I don't know if it's like what it's like in Florida, because it seems like Florida has pretty much kind of been open. Florida was one of those states that, it never really closed.
COVID, what?
Right.
COVID. What's COVID?
Exactly. And you know what? I kind of understand, because as it's warming up here in Chicago, we had like these 90-degree days and where it was like high 80s and stuff. Man, wearing that mask when it's like 90 degrees outside, man, it is rough. So I get it. Yeah. I totally get it. But June 11th, which would be, and I know people are going to be hearing this when the show airs on Tuesday, but Friday, June 11th, Chicago enters phase 5 of our reopening. So phase 5 is like full reopening. So businesses, large scale events, conventions, amusement parks, seated spectator venues will all be able to operate at full capacity for the first time since the onset of the pandemic. So I am like super excited. I'm done with the mask. I went salsa dancing this Tuesday. They had a salsa event at the beach, Pier 31 here, and it was popping, and people were out, and it was my first time, because I didn't even know if I would remember how to do it. It's been almost 2 years, so it was just nice to be able to get out there and just kind of have fun, and just to actually touch people and see people that you used to hang out with. It was just amazing. So I'm so excited for this full reopening, and I don't think I will be going inside to any venues inside to like salsa dance or to hang out or anything like that, but everything that's outside, I'm all ready for it, and I'm totally open to do.
Yeah, man, it's nice to get back out there with the people, throw the mask away, be able to go inside stores, man, and not have a mask, man. I went into the bank down here, before we got on for the show, and had to do a little transfer, and I forgot my mask at home, but I was able to go in the bank without a mask, and nobody was looking at me crazy. I mean, some people have the mask on and some people are in there without the mask. I believe that New York City, they're reopening May 19th. They open fully. I'm not sure, but I'm just looking at the guidelines right now, but I mean, New York is pretty much a go. So, you know, that was the city that was really hard and really strict with COVID. So, you know, it's nice to see that New Yorkers are getting out and about, and we seem like we're kind of at the end of this whole pandemic, man.
Yeah, it was rough. It was really, really rough. Mentally, you know, mentally on a lot of people, and emotionally, It was just really rough. So to be able to return to a sense of normalcy, it really feels good. You know, it really is one of those things where you don't know what you got till it's gone. And,
exactly.
You know, we didn't realize how good we had it until it was all taken away. So, like I said, I'm excited to get back into it. I was down at the beach the other day. You know, I'm contemplating, man. I haven't decided, but I'm thinking I might join a beach volleyball league, man, because the beach was popping yesterday, man. The beach, when I tell you it had to be at least, man, no exaggeration, it was at least 200 volleyball courts set up, because it was the whole strip.
That's big time in Chicago,
man,
right?
Big time, you know. And it's only like $100 to join the league, and it's like, you know, you get like minimum 7 games, like 7 to 10 games, you know. So I may join a volleyball league, man. You know, it's just nice to be social, man, to just be social and just, you know, be able to actually get out and enjoy people and stuff like that. So so we're very excited about the reopening.
I think you should do it, man. And you know, an incentive always is the ladies out there, man. They're athletic, they're fit, they're social, man. So with you doing the salsa, with you doing the volleyball, you know, get a nice little tan. I think that's a good look, B.
Yeah, man. I may do it. Like I said, with me, it's always my work schedule. I have a weird work schedule, so I don't have like sometimes I don't even have the same days off in a row, you know, so it's hard to plan things. It's hard to commit to things, but definitely thinking about you. So I didn't even know about it yesterday because I've been riding my bike on the beach, and all of a sudden the beach was just flooded with millions of people, it seemed like, and I didn't realize. So yesterday was the first day, and so I've already missed the first game, but they were like, no, you can still definitely sign up. You know, it's like minimum 7, like, but you know, if you make the playoffs, you could play like 16 games or something like that, you know. So
how's that work, B? Do they just assign you a team?
Well, I guess you would just sign up as a free agent, and you know, people, you know, as long as they have spots open, you know, then you can do it. So
and it's co-ed, right?
Co-ed. So you can do 3-on-3, 3 guys, 3 girls, or they have 4-on-4, and they have games on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and they go from they start at 5:30, and then they go all the way to like 10:30 at night. And then, you know, it's crazy. So definitely.
I'm going to try to get up there and visit you, man, because Chicago is one of my favorite cities in the spring and summertime. You can have Chicago in the wintertime.
Yeah. Chicago in the winter is horrible, but in the summertime is no place. Summertime Chicago, man, is amazing. So yeah, definitely get up, man. I got plenty of room, plenty of space. So you know, just let me know, you know, because I probably won't be down in Miami until around October or so. But yeah, you can definitely get up to Chicago. I got plenty of room, so you know, just let me know.
Okay. Well, I would definitely let you know, my man. Definitely.
All right, switching gears. So I'm just kind of scrolling through the internet this morning, and you know, since we have been talking about basketball and we've been talking about the Chicago Bulls as of late, those classic 90s teams, Scottie Pippen, former superstar on the Chicago Bulls, has a new tell-all memoir entitled Unguarded that is going to be coming out November 16th.
Damn, November 16th. Man, I was looking forward to going out and getting that book like tomorrow.
Well, it's available for pre-order, but I still don't think you'll get it to November 16th.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a tease.
It is a tease. It is a tease. And, you know, apparently in this book, Pippen details how he cringed at being labeled Jordan's sidekick, and discusses how he should have received more respect from the Bulls management and the media. He discusses what it was like dealing with Jordan on a day-to-day basis while serving as the real leader within the Bulls locker room. And last year he revealed he was not a fan of how the documentary The Last Dance turned out. He said, in quote, "I thought it was more about Michael trying to uplift himself and to be glorified." And he even said that he spoke with Michael and told him that he wasn't too pleased with it. And Michael's response was, "Hey, you're right." I can imagine Mike saying, "Hey,
it's classic
you're right."
MJ.
You know?
Yeah, it's classic MJ. Yeah, you're right. And
right. Other topics of this book include growing up in Arkansas, his college days at UCA, getting drafted in 1987, as well as his takes on former coach Phil Jackson, rival Isaiah Thomas, and other behind-the-scenes moments in the locker room. So, Russ, what do you think about this book, and are you going to go and see it, to read it? Are you going to read it?
Anything like The Last Dance, anything that can kind of take me back to when I was 16, 17, when the Bulls were winning championships and I was a huge Michael Jordan fan, I'm definitely on board. So that's what, when you said November, I'm like, November? So I definitely will go out and cop it. I think it's going to be a good read. I've always felt that there was a little bit of tension between Michael and Scottie because, that the Bulls organization didn't treat Scottie well at all.
They did.
There was that holdout one year. They talked about it in The Last Dance where, Pippen wanted out. And, he basically took a low pay right when he first got signed because he didn't know any better. He's looking at the money like, wow. And then it comes to find out that the contract was really shitty. So I definitely understand Scottie's frustration with the Bulls management. And then I can understand when Jordan went off to play baseball. You remember when, the last play to win the game was designed for Tony Kukoc? Yeah. And Pippen was like, I'm not going out there. Like, I'm on the bench. Like, that wasn't the best play on Pippen's part, but I can understand the frustration when you've always been the leader, right? Even when they were winning championships, but Jordan gets all the acclaim.
Yeah. I think most people will tell you that Jordan was the leader of those Bulls teams in terms of actions, but emotionally, right, Pippen was the leader, right, because it was almost, and we saw this in The Last Dance. It was almost good cop, bad cop. It's like your dad will be hard on you, and then you go to your mom and she consoles you. And it's like those players, they would go to Scottie to kind of talk to him, right, and to kind of confide in him. And Mike was the bad cop. So I don't think that's far-fetched to say that Pippen was the emotional, leader of that team, as well as, even though he was not a point guard, the Bulls kind of played in this triangle offense. He was kind of more like a point forward. So he did they ran a lot of that offense through Scottie Pippen. So which kind of makes him the de facto leader of the team in a sense as well.
And Pippen usually guarded the best player.
Well, both. Both of them. Yeah, don't forget, Michael was like 9-time defensive player of the year or something like that. I don't know if it was, they were just amazing. You just had these two amazing players defensively, these amazing two-way players on the exact same team. So,
because Pippen was Pippen 6'9", 6'8", with the long wings.
And Mike was 6'6".
With that long wingspan. Yeah. So, Pippen was a bad boy, man. But I'm definitely going to go out and cop that book when it comes out. Are you?
Oh, absolutely. And Scottie, he was very quiet, in the media. He wasn't very vocal. So I'm actually really interested to see privately some of his thoughts and some of the things that he had to say, and some of the ways that he felt about things privately, because he wasn't necessarily vocal. He would talk about the game, but you never really heard too much from the behind the scenes things about Scottie Pippen. I don't really know how he felt about Phil Jackson. Now I know how they talk about Isaiah Thomas. I know how he felt about Isaiah Thomas. Those two did not like each other at all.
And Jerry Krause.
And he did not like Jerry Krause. But we haven't really heard Mike We haven't really heard Scottie talk about how he really felt about Michael Jordan. We haven't really heard that.
Right.
And we haven't really heard how he felt about Phil Jackson and some of the other players on the team. So I think whereas with The Last Dance, we kind of knew a lot of it. I think this is going to be like a lot of new information in this book.
Oh, of course. The only thing that we really know is I believe that they're friends.
Yeah.
And we all know that Pippen thinks that Michael Jordan is the GOAT. So that's pretty much all I know about the relationship. So it's going to be fun to go back and read. And I'm also happy that Pippen is on ESPN, because now we get to see a different side and see Pippen's perspective on the players today.
Yeah. Good analyst. All right, Russ, anything else? Anything else about the book?
Nah, man. I just want to clarify, like when I was talking about the Vespas, I didn't want to speak wrong, but it's 50 cc's, right? And the 50 cc's on the Vespa goes about like 45, 50 miles an hour. And then the 150 cc's goes around like 70 miles an hour. And the 300 cc's goes 300. So I just wanted to add the cc's, man. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it on my end.
So yours goes about 70?
Yeah, it goes about 70. I'm not planning on going 70 miles an hour. I just wanted the extra power for the giddy up, right. Because I want to create that distance between the cars. When you're pulling off, I don't want to be, on the street and then the car is like barreling down on me and I don't have enough power to kind of like create that distance. So, to all the people out there, I know I won't be going 70 miles an hour on the Vespa, and I'm just going to be around in the local streets of Miami, South
Okay,
Beach.
so you don't take this on the expressway. You're not going to take it on the expressway.
You can, but again, like they drive really crazy down here.
Right.
And I'm not trying to get on 95 on a Vespa because, I like living, I like breathing. Right. So I think that in order for me to keep doing that, I need to stay off that 95.
Right. Cool. All right. Well, that was a quick one, short and sweet, Russ.
A little quick hitter for the people.
Absolutely. We didn't have a ton to talk about today, but we still wanted to get in and make sure we got a pod in so everybody has something for the week.
Real quick, because the NBA playoffs are going strong. Are you surprised by any of the outcomes or any of the, what's been happening? Real quick.
I was surprised about how good the Phoenix Suns look. I mean, they look really good. Chris Paul is an amazing point guard. We all knew that. And I knew
point guard.
And I knew Devin Booker was special. But DeAndre Ayton, he's really showed me a lot. He's really showed me a lot. Yeah. They have a really good team. So I feel like if they make it past Denver, I don't know whether they end up playing Utah or whether they end up playing the Clippers. I think that they have a shot. I think they have a shot against whoever they play in the Western Conference Finals if they make it that far. And I wouldn't be surprised if I saw the Phoenix Suns in the NBA in the finals this year. So,
You know what? That would be very interesting. And what it's looking like, is that, Brooklyn is up 2-0 against the Milwaukee Bucks. They play tonight at 7:30. But we could have Steve Nash facing his former team, the Phoenix Suns, in the NBA Finals. How crazy would that be?
Yeah. And you know what? Speaking of Milwaukee, I've never been a believer in Giannis. I don't know. I just don't believe. I don't believe.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
I can see why Durant got pissed by, people comparing him to Giannis, because Giannis definitely doesn't have the offensive ability that a Kevin Durant. I mean, Kevin Durant scores so easily, man. He can dribble, he can shoot. Like, Giannis really just comes through and he uses his athleticism to get buckets, and that's not always going to be the case, So I think that he really has to develop some low post moves and get a jump shot. But yeah, I've never been a believer in the Milwaukee Bucks, and I don't think they're going to win more than one game.
Yeah, I think he made a big mistake by re-signing with them. I feel like he would have been better served teaming up with, maybe going to the Miami Heat, or maybe, going to the Lakers or the Clippers or something like that. I just don't feel like, I don't know. Like, I haven't seen a ton of Giannis. I watch him in the playoffs, and I'm just never really impressed. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, excited. My dark horse pick,
Phoenix,
is
like you
Phoenix
said,
to be in the finals. Phoenix against.
And
Brooklyn.
I really like the coach too,
Yeah.
Monty Williams. Like he seems like he really has a good hold of that team. The teams respect him, and Chris Paul. I was kind of worried about him when he got hurt with the Lakers, but with the shoulder. But you can tell that he's pretty much back, man. And I always picked them to beat the Lakers. I don't know why the Lakers were such favorites. Even with AD being fully healthy, I saw Phoenix get in that series. But yeah, man. So we will see. But I'm definitely enjoying it, man.
Me too, absolutely. So Russ, if people want to support the show, what should they do?
Subscribe, man. Subscribe, y'all. Like, if you listening to us every Monday or every whatever day you listen to us, just go ahead and push that button, man. Subscribe.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then also call in and talk to us. I don't want to beat a dead horse in the head, but it's just like, we definitely want to hear from the people, and that definitely gives us encouragement to keep going and keep doing this.
Yeah, and shout out to the people who not just listen to the show, but who also tell others about the show. Like we always say, don't just keep it to yourself. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And I want to give a shout out to my girl Natasha. That's one of my girls who I salsa with, and she's a teacher, and she says she has some of her students listening to our class. So she said she has some of her.
How old are her students?
Well, she's in high school, I believe. She said one of her high school students loves the show, and so so shout out to everybody who listens to the show, and we just appreciate you guys listening. So yes, please.
Shout out to all the young people listening to us. That's what's up. Hopefully we don't sound like y'all like daddies or something reminiscing. How like NBA TNT, they like everybody's Uncle Charles Barkley and
right.
Shaq.
Uncle Brian and Rustin. So subscribe, and also subscribe to us not just on the podcast platforms, but also on YouTube. And if you want to call into the show, you can contact us directly, or you can hit us at FromNYCToTheChi@gmail.com. That's FromNYCToTheChi@gmail.com. Send us a question, comment, tell us whatever's on your mind, so we can respond to you, and so we can get your ideas and get your input on the show. If you want to follow me, I'm on Instagram at BeMore4Photography. That's BEMOORE, the number 4 photography. And Russ, what can they find you?
They can find me at Rustin_Steward. So pretty much, like I say, you type in Rustin and put that underscore, and I pop right up.
For sure. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. This has been another episode of the From New York to the Chi podcast. As we always say, peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings, babe. Peace and blessings.
Hey, living life and grinding every day. That's the way I play. Never mind what the haters say. Chasing paper today. Living life and grinding every day. That's the way